Hi friends, it's still Spirit Week and today is pajama day, so I'm rocking my Winnie the Pooh pajamas. If you would like to participate, either put your jammies back on or keep them on, take a picture and have an adult post it to the Georgian Heights PTA Facebook page with the hashtag GHPride. So today we are going to be reading a story called Creep Low, Fly High. This story is a fantasy. What things do you expect to see when you're reading a fantasy? In a fantasy, the characters do things they can't normally do. Animals might be able to talk, people might be able to fly, and anything else that can't normally happen. While we're reading today, we're going to be talking about point of view. Now, we talked a little bit about point of view in class the last time we read this story together. So remember, a character's point of view tells you how a character is feeling, it tells you what a character is thinking, and it tells you what a character wants. Today we're going to be focusing on how the characters are feeling. So a character could be feeling happy, relaxed, cheerful, scared, worried, silly, tired, upset, sick, frustrated, annoyed, angry, or really any feeling word you could think of. So while we're reading, we're going to be thinking about how the characters are feeling. Let's get started. Bug boasts. The sun came up over a big field. 5 bug pals met to chat and laugh. Grasshopper boasted a bit. I can hop to the top of any plant. Well, I can dash fast, bragged Ant. Listen, hummed Bee. I can buzz as I fly high. And I can zip around on fancy spotted wings, smiled Ladybug. All right, go ahead and look at the characters' faces. How are Grasshopper, Ladybug, and Ant feeling? Yeah, it looks like they're probably feeling happy. You can see the smiles on their faces in this picture. Now let's look at the words and check and see if we were right. What text evidence, what clues in the words do you see that tell you that they're feeling happy? I noticed that some of the words talking about the insects are laughed and smiled. And I know that usually when I'm laughing and smiling, I'm feeling happy. So we know that the point of view of the insects is that they're feeling happy. And that the text evidence that tells us they're happy is that the bugs met to chat and laugh and the ladybug was smiling. Not I, sighed Caterpillar. I just creep, creep, creep. Then he crept away. Come back, his pals wailed, but Caterpillar did not. Missing. It was time for lunch. The bugs did not see Caterpillar. He was missing. Where did he go? So we're going to look at the caterpillar's face on this page. What is his point of view? How is he feeling? Yeah, it looks like he's probably feeling upset. You can see that he's frowning and he has sad eyes. They're a little bit droopy. Now, let's look at the words to see if we were right. What text evidence, what clues do you see in the words that tell us if Caterpillar is feeling upset? I noticed that it says Caterpillar sighed and crept away, and then didn't come back when his friends called him. I know when I am upset, sometimes I want to be alone too. So we know that the caterpillar's point of view is that he was feeling upset, and we know that because the text evidence we found says that he sighed, crept away, and did not come back. I think I know where he is, cried Ant. He is hiding because he feels bad. I think that's right, nodded Grasshopper. Let's find him. We can cheer him up. The two rushed away. What if he is not hiding? Asked Bee. I saw a bird when we were chatting, added Bee. It flew low in the sky. What if it caught our pal? Cried Ladybug. We must find out. Maybe we can save him. The two flew away. Look at the ladybug's face on this page. What is her point of view? How is she feeling? Yeah, it looks like she's probably feeling scared and worried. You can see that she's looking at her friend Bee with wide eyes, her eyebrows are raised, and she has a frown. Now, let's check the words to see if we were correct. What text evidence, what clues in the words do you see that tell you she's feeling upset? I noticed that when it's talking about Ladybug talking, it says she cried. Now, sometimes crying means you have tears coming out of your eyes, like when you're sad. Sometimes, when it's talking about how somebody says something, it means they're really loud. So when Ladybug is saying what she thinks happened, she is really loud. I also noticed that there are exclamation points when she's talking, which tells me she's not talking calmly. So we know that the Ladybug's point of view is that she's feeling scared or worried, and the text evidence shows us that when Ladybug was talking by saying she cried and by using exclamation points to show that she was not talking calmly. Still a pal. The bugs did not find Caterpillar. Many days went by. The pals were sad. Then, one day, they saw a beautiful bug with gold wings. "Hi, I'm back," the bug called as he flew by. "I wrapped up and rested, and then I popped out like this. It's me, Butterfly. I used to be Caterpillar," cried Butterfly. "But you were not the same," sighed Ant. "But I'm still a pal," said Butterfly, "and now I can flit and dip. Let's go have some fun." Look at the butterfly's face. What is his point of view? How's he feeling? Yeah, it looks like he's probably feeling happy and excited. You can see that he's got a smile on his face, and his eyes are bright. They don't look like they're sad anymore. Now let's check the words to see if we were correct. What text evidence, what clues in the words do you see that tell you he is feeling happy and excited? I noticed that while Caterpillar was sad and he didn't want to be with his friends, Butterfly is calling out to them to tell them he is ready to play again. He also shows that he's excited when he talks about flying, and he shows he is happy when he invites them to come play with him. So Butterfly's point of view is that he's feeling happy and excited, and the text evidence we found that tells us that is that he called out to his friends that he was back, and he told them that he could fly. Then he asked them to have fun with him. Alright friends, now that we are done reading, we are going to make a flip book, kind of like the ones you guys have done in class before when you did key details, but today you're going to write a summary. So first I'm going to show you how to make your flip book. You're going to need a piece of paper. It can be construction paper or computer paper or notebook paper, any kind of paper you have will work. And you are going to fold it hot dog style. So you're going to fold the long edge to the long edge, just like this. Then you can put it down and you can make a crease. Long edge to long edge and make a crease. So I have long edge to long edge and I made a crease. Then you're going to take a pair of scissors and you're going to open it back up, and on one side you're going to cut 2 lines. So you're going to end up making 3 different parts by cutting 2 lines, and you might need to ask an adult for help on where to cut and make those lines. So you're going to cut 2 lines, and you're only going to cut up to where the fold is. So you're going to cut, there's 1. See how I only cut to the middle? I only cut to where that fold was. And then I'm going to do one more time. I'm going to cut that one in half. 2. So you should have 3 flaps, and it's okay if they're not even. You can tell mine aren't quite even, but as close as you can get. So you should have 3 flaps, and you only cut to that middle fold that you made at the beginning. I didn't cut all the way across. I only cut to where that fold was. Then, with your flaps closed, you are going to write the 3 headers of the story. So the headers of our story are Bug Boasts. So you're going to write Bug Boasts. Then you're going to write Missing. And there's an exclamation point there, so you can write that exclamation point. And then you're going to write Still a Pal. Still a Pal. So on the tops of my flaps, I wrote the headers of the sections of our book. So I wrote bug boasts, I wrote missing, and I wrote still a pal. Then on the inside of each flap, you are going to write in your own words what happened in that section of the story. So you are going to retell the story in your own words, saying what happened in the story. And there are three sections in the story, which kind of line up with also our beginning, middle, and end, the parts of a story that we know. All stories have a good beginning, a good middle, and a good end. So we're going to use our sections to tell what happened at the beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened at the end. Now here's the deal. There are a lot of words on those pages, and I do not have enough space to write all of the words on those pages, which means you have to write it in your own words or you're going to miss things. So when you write, if I'm looking at the page about bug boasts, I'm not going to write, the sun came up over a big field, 5 bug pals met to chat and laugh. Grasshopper boasted a bit, I can hop up to the top of any plant, Lily can dash fast back down. I'm not going to write all of those words. That's way too many to write in this one little flap. So I'm going to restate, I'm going to say it in my own words, what happened. Okay, and I want as much information as I can fit in my own words. You're going to retell the story. You're going to do that for the beginning, you're going to do that for the middle, and you're going to do that for the end. Alright friends, we have 3 more days in Spirit Week this week. Tomorrow, you will get to show off your bright minds by wearing your most stylish shades. Have an adult at home take a picture of you in your sunglasses and post it to the Georgian Heights Facebook page with the hashtag GHPride. So today we talked all about the character's point of view, and we focused on how the characters are feeling. What are some ways you remember the characters feeling in our story today? Yep, some of them were feeling happy, some were feeling sad, some were feeling worried or scared, some were excited. They were feeling lots of different ways. Now, you're going to make your flip book and go back through and summarize or retell the story in your own words, what happened at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And you're going to use those headings of the story to tell you where to write each part. Make sure you add as much detail as you can so that if someone who hadn't read the story only reads what you wrote, they'll still know what happens, and they'll still be able to picture it in their minds what happened in the story. Alright friends, have fun making your flip book. When you are done, have an adult help you take a picture of your work and submit it on the Google Classroom. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.